Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we hear from members of an eastern Kentucky community who are still stranded 7 months after being impacted by flooding. And a bill that aims to help healthcare workers who seek help for their mental health makes its way through the State House.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
6:02 on your Tuesday. I'm Dakota Makris. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. Let's take it over to Cameron for a look at that forecast, and really not that much to talk about, which I guess is a good thing.
That's right. Not too much happening this morning. We're mild and we're dry and we're clear. So yeah, it's pretty easy this morning. That's the good news. But Dakota, today is the last day of February. March starts tomorrow, so you know what that means.
No.
It's my birth month. It's my birthday in 2 weeks, Dakota. You know, I was thinking we should probably have this like an Eastern Kentucky holiday, like everyone's out of school.
No, you can't do that because my birthday's a national holiday.
I can get Brandon to put my birthday on the holiday countdown
that's
too.
only reserved for me.
I mean, it's just a great month.
That's only reserved for me.
Great month.
Morning anchors only. Thank you, Cameron.
Great. Well, this morning we are looking at some clear skies and everywhere across the region this morning. Here's a live look right now overlooking portions of Hazard from Perry County. The current temperature is 52 degrees, and that is where we should be for high temperatures today. So we are well above average this morning. Most of us in the middle to lower 50s, 54 in Pikeville, 52 in Jackson, 51 for London, and 54 over in Williamsburg. So temperatures are well above average this morning, feeling very comfortable as you step out the door. The good news on radar, we are quiet, all thanks to high pressure, and that will continue as we get into the afternoon and evening hours as well. We stay dry on Tuesday under plenty of sunshine, upper 50s, lower 60s, a very nice day out there, but some changes are on the way. All those details coming up in just a little bit. Dakota?
All right, Cameron, thank you again. Some Knott Countyans are still stranded from flooding that hit earlier this month. Our Chandler Wilcox gives us an update on how families are getting by while isolated.
This is the second time a crossing on Little Doty Branch has been destroyed, leaving around 25 people with no way out of their community in Knott County. They are riding a side-by-side down a railroad track, just for access to a highway.
Quite a few miles, and they said the rear end started to heat up on his side-by-side, so it's not, they're good for really slow travel, you know, those side-by-side, but they really need unique transportation once you get out of here, you know. Isolation
has also left 20-plus people unable to work, leaving them to jobs around the house, but missing hours on the clock, leaving Carl and his wife in a tough spot.
She's needed on her job, so it's pretty, for us, it's pretty urgent. You know, it is anybody. Any reason you need out, you know, is a good enough reason, so. Between
the July flood and heavy rain earlier this month, the Little Doty Branch community has been stranded over 30 days combined. In Knott County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, we were only able to interview Carl on the phone because we could not get across the bridge for an in-person interview. Knott County Magistrate Calvin Waddles said contractors will begin working on rebuilding a bridge in the coming days. Last week, Governor Beshear announced that Knott County would be receiving $3.5 million to fund a FEMA match. Knott County Judge Executive Jeff Dobson says the county still has more than $20 million in repair needs, and it does not have the budget to pay for everything. So county leaders have been applying for grants and awards for assistance.
You know, we've done the CK Safe for the strained liquidity budget, and you know, we have applied for some equipment costs because you know, our equipment was, we got try to keep good equipment, but when you're running it day in, day out, never stop, you know, it's the wear and tear on it. It's really showing.
Well, the city of Booneville also received almost $6,000 for a FEMA match, along with $100,000 to help ease financial strains. Plus, Perry County received $700,000 to help purchase equipment needed for flood relief repairs. Well, the governor also pledged $600,000 from the Team Eastern Kentucky Flood Relief Fund to help build 8 new homes. Yesterday, he helped to break ground on the first home, partially paid for by the fund. Our Keaton Hall has more from Whitesburg.
2, 1, dig!
Governor Beshear was in Letcher County on Monday, joining the Adams family as they broke ground on their new home.
This is an incredibly special day. People lost everything in this flooding.
most importantly, their home. It's a place we feel safe. It's a place that we make our memories.
During July's floods, Rula and Nancy Adams were trapped in their home for hours. Their son Donnie worrying for their lives.
We've saw floods before, but not anything like this. Couldn't get in the house to them. The ramp washed away. Everything in the house fell over, all the appliances. They sat on bar stools for 5 hours in water up to their waist.
The Adams ultimately lost their home, and for a Letcher County family, they were forced to move away.
This means everything. To get them on higher ground, out of the floodplain, means a lot. Sure does.
The Adams will soon have their own Letcher County home again, hopefully one of the first in a long line of families able to come home.
This is going to be the toughest rebuild in the history of the United States, but you know what? It's going to happen home by home, lot by lot. So today, I hope, is a beacon of hope for everybody else out there that is waiting, that we will not stop, we will not rest until we rebuild everything.
Construction on the home is expected to begin next week. In Whitesburg, Keaton Hall, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, the Flood Relief Fund is providing $75,000 for the home. Homeowners of the first completed house in the Housing Can't Wait initiative also had a visit from the governor yesterday. He toured Sherry and George Mullins' new home in Perry County. The couple from Breathitt County lost their house in the flood before buying their new property on higher ground, though the governor says their story is inspiring.
This is a couple that were airlifted by the National Guard, lost almost everything, including a family member, and here they are, right in a new home to build new memories to hopefully replace a lot of those traumatic memories.
There are dozens of homes in the Housing Can't Wait initiative that are also being constructed. Well, the governor also made a stop at the Challenger Learning Center in Hazard. He met with workers there and Hazard Community and Technical College President Dr. Jennifer Linden. The governor got a look at recent upgrades and new exhibits. The center works with schools across the region and provides simulated space missions and hands-on learning with computer programming, engineering, robotics, and more. Earlier this year, a bill was introduced to the Senate which aims to help protect the privacy of doctors seeking mental health services. Senate Bill 12 has since been passed by the Senate and is making its way to the House. Our Alyssa Williams talked with local healthcare workers to hear their perspectives on this bill.
Over the past few years, work fatigue or burnout has impacted healthcare workers across the Commonwealth.
The healthcare industry in general it's a stressful work environment. COVID kind of shed a light on that, especially when you're going through a major event like a global pandemic.
But Kentucky Senate Bill 12 is aiming to relieve some of the mental strain Kentucky physicians may be facing.
Well, my understanding of the bill is that you don't have to report. If you go and you seek mental health treatment or any kind of wellness treatment, that the physicians do not have to report it.
Senate Bill 12 protects the confidentiality of doctors, stating that if a doctor chooses to seek counseling, coaching, or other resources for work-related fatigue or mental health, it should not impact their employment either.
When something like that becomes reportable, it's very hard for the physician who may need mental health care to go seek it because they're afraid that's going to be used against them later.
Those with primary care centers of Eastern Kentucky say this bill can potentially become a game changer for Kentucky physicians.
I'm really not sure why it's taken so long to get to this point. We've made great strides in taking away, the stigma related to it. So I see absolutely no negative benefits to this. This will be nothing but a positive impact on our community.
Senate Bill 12 has made it to the House and is waiting for committee assignment. In Hazard, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Although Senate Bill 12 protects a physician's privacy when seeking mental health assistance, physicians are allowed to report when someone is not being treated properly or if a physician's judgment is impaired and they are not able to practice medicine in a competent, ethical, and professional manner.
Quiet weather continues across the mountains this morning, and a beautiful day is on tap for your Tuesday. Here's a live look right now. Over at Buffalo Mountain, current temperature is well above average, 52 degrees right now over at Buffalo Mountain, and most of us waking up in the middle to lower 50s. 51 in London, 54 for Williamsburg, 55 in Harlan, and 52 over in Jackson. Temperatures will continue to warm as we go into the afternoon. High temperatures today topping out in the upper 50s and lower 60s. And the good news, we are dry on radar, and that dry weather is going to continue into your Tuesday and most of your Wednesday as well. But showers are going to return by Wednesday night into your Thursday and Friday. And check out the temperature on Wednesday. Middle 70s are likely. So we are going to talk about that and the rain chances, all that and more coming up in just a little bit. Dakota?
All right, Cameron, thank you so much. At 6:12, when we come back here on Mountain News this morning, the Supreme Court prepares to hear one of the biggest cases of its current term involving President Joe Biden's plan to forgive billions of dollars in student debt for millions of Americans.